Durant.
Welcome to the third floor. This is our infants and toddlers floor. And here we have Dr. James Durant. He's going to talk to us today about what happens here on the third floor.
Alright, this is the floor where all our little babies come in. All the kids with bronchiolitis, all the different respiratory viruses, this is where they come. And we see a lot of them right now in the winter time. And so we have 4 different hallways that are pretty much packed during the winter time. And this area right here is kind of our central playroom, and we're our child life specialists, which are one of the keys to the third floor and fourth floors because they do so much for these kids while they're here. I'm a second-year resident, which means I supervise our intern residents and also kind of see the patients after them and make decisions at night. I'm on call tonight, so I'll be here all through the day, all through the night, and it gives me good kind of continuity to kind of take care of the patients that we see that come in during the day. This area right here is our central workstation area where we have all our computers. All our records are electronic, and we're able to access previous hospital visits and from this kind of central location. And we also have our call rooms where we can access the computer systems too.
Do you have a favorite story of something that's happened to you since you've been here at Come and Help Children's Hospital?
Probably my favorite story was we did have a little 9-year-old kid with autism who, as you know, kids with autism can be hard on the family, and kids with special needs require extra resources and time. And the family had kind of been split apart partly because the son was just so high maintenance, just required so much attention. And so I think the day before Christmas, the family split up, and the grandmother was left to care for the child, and the child was admitted here because he wouldn't take his medications. And so the child was admitted. This was right around Christmas time. Our whole team, the nurses, to keep him under control, our social work got in touch with resources for that child, and long story short, we got the meds for the kid, we got the resources for outpatient follow-up to where the family could receive some home health, nursing help, and the family reconciled and got back together. And so it was a great story for the family, and they've been back a couple of times to tell us how appreciative they are, and the whole family's been in here working together, taking care of the child, and I don't know, just kind of getting to see the full team come together, whether it's child life, social work, the nurses, the residents, the attendings. I guess that's my favorite story, just kind of seeing how the whole children's hospital works.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yep.
Have a good day.
All right, see ya.
Now we're going to go in the playroom and talk with Alicia, one of our child life specialists. And don't let me forget to mention that this is the B106.7 Children Radiothon. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Will. The B106.7 Radiothon Playroom. So welcome. Here's Alicia.
Well, hi. Come on in.
So Alicia, what do you do here in the playroom?
Well, this playroom, as you can see, pretty much serves children from 0 to about preschool age. It's set up like a typical sort of daycare center. We try to make sure it stays clean and spacious. So we've got children coming in here on IV poles. They come in, with wagons. They can't stand or walk. We can do some therapeutic things in here, give them an opportunity to be motivated and walk somewhere if they're up for that, if they need to do that. So we get them to do that as well. And that started to ramble a little bit, sorry.
That's okay.
Anyway, actually that's just basically what it is. It's also sort of the sanctuary. I mean, this is their safe zone. This is where they come to be a child and, to play, which is really, truly the most important thing they can do while they're here, and it's a great way to express themselves. We know exactly really how they're feeling once they're in here. They can be a totally different child in a room with doctors hovering over them in bed, and then you bring them here, and the demeanor completely changes. So you really get a true...
They don't have any kind of treatment going on when they're in here. No. They are not allowed to be touched by a doc when they're in here, so they're not going to get poked, prodded, or stuck.
No, nothing's going to happen like that in here. Like I said, this is the safe zone, so we really make sure that they know and that all the staff knows as well. Anybody coming up, nursing students are taught that from the very beginning, that they can come in here and just play with them, and anything they have to do, though, as far as medical treatment, vital signs, they take them out. So it's a great way to you have to be hospitalized. We have some children that come regularly. We see them a lot with chronic illnesses, and this is like their home. I mean, this is like their playroom at home. They feel very much, like a family member. We have one like that right now, as a matter of fact, and we have some who stay for extended periods of time, and this becomes the place that they know they can be safe. So,
Well, do you have any kind of a favorite story that you like to talk about from your time here?
well, I can't think of one specifically, but sort of what I was talking about before, where we said that, the demeanor completely changes. I think one of my favorite things to see is, especially a child that has had major surgery, for instance, some come and have to be in something called a spica cast, which is a double cast on their legs that goes up over their pelvis. And they literally can't really do anything. And they're frightened to get out of the bed, putting them in a wagon and bringing them in here, and seeing that they can still ride up to the game system and play and pick out books and come over to the tool set even without getting out of the wagon, and just seeing how their face lights up, and then how their parents especially, because they're so anxious for their child and what they're going to be going through. So that is one of my favorite things to see. It's almost like I can't wait to, go get one and then tell them exactly, I promise, this is going to be great. It's going to be fun. So
That's awesome.
yeah, that's one of my favorite things.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about some of the other programs that are with Child Life? So, for instance, pet therapy or music therapy?
Yes. Well, y'all just missed a jammin' Friday frolics we had earlier this morning. Every Tuesday mornings and Friday mornings we have music therapy. And our music therapist comes in and does what we call Tuesday's Tunes, and we have sort of a music program, and we try to get as many children. That's the other benefit, is when the children see other children in the same situation, it really makes a difference as well. She brings in instruments, and they get to pick songs, and she plays the guitar, and that door stays open, and brings in, the nurses start coming in, the social workers, they want to see what's going on. So that's always a big time. Twice a week we also have pet therapy, and they start in here as well. And a lot of times this playroom normally has lots of children in it at any given time. They come in and just do therapy right here, but then they also go through the floors. We try to have different events, holiday events. We're getting ready to have, of course, Valentine's, so we're going to be making up little Valentines for each child to have, and like a little Valentine packet or holder, so that all the nurses and family members can come around and put Valentines in their little envelope. Yeah, so we try to make it just some of the things that they'd be doing at home if they were in preschool or school or daycare, all those kind of same things. So we don't want to focus on just being in hospital.
Awesome. Is there anything else that we didn't talk about that you'd like to say?
I can't think of a thing. I can't think. It can just be crazy busy in here though sometimes. That's all I can say.
Well, thank you for talking with us today, Alicia.
Thank you.
Great.
Glad y'all came.
Now we're going to head on down to the Pediatric Surgery Center.